Dude, nice. Well, welcome back to the FWABOOM podcast. Thanks for joining us today. This is our guest Jose.
Hello.
Hello. Nice to have you finally on, bro.
How do you pronounce the podcast?
FWABOOM.
FWABOOM.
Yeah. So it's FWA.
What does that mean?
You know, man, that's a great question, dude. That's a great question. I think you. Hold on, dude. I feel attacked real bad. I feel attacked real low. You know, when we got the tattoo, when me and John, the other guy that one you warm up the seat for. When we got the tattoo, I was leaving actually for Afghanistan the first time. So it was like one of those things where like, you know, if anything happened, kind of remember. It was like 5 of us that went to the tattoo parlor, and then it was like only 2 of us that got it. So, but to answer your question, that's great. I mean, a third party, right, John? Or Sean, like just kind of, what does FWABOOM mean? That's great. Fuck, off guard. What does that mean? What does that mean to you, Sean? What is it?
It doesn't stand for anything specifically. It's just something we made up, or a sound that happened like in Call of Duty when me and John were like 15 years old, and we thought it was hilarious, and dude got a headshot on him, and it went FWABOOM, and we just kept saying it for like the next week. And it was hilarious, and we just kept saying it, and we coined it and made it our group name, and it just stuck forever. And like 15 years later, we're still saying it.
Yeah, dude, I think that's really important because you like, he's a third party. He doesn't know the backstory, the context. So, long story short, Sean and John, the one that's on the podcast, they actually are the creators of FWABOOM. Sean, John. It was before they used to do a YouTube channel called The Sean John Show, and so that was like a huge thing. Yeah, it's a really great name. And Sean, John, and then there's another person, Kevin. I remember like nephew was part of it too, right? He was playing Call of Duty in that garage, or am I mistaken? And then Austin, there's another homie, Austin Spooner. So I hope to one day you get to meet all of them, but I joined FWABOOM in junior year of high school. I just broke up with a girl. I broke up with a girl for better terms, but I broke up with a girl, and I didn't have anywhere to go because like friends, mutual friends and stuff like that.
I get that.
So our other homie Warren, he brought me in, and then I met the guys, and they were like super gay, and it's kind of molded right in.
Like actually gay, or
no? They were just like rubbing cock on top of pants kind of thing. So it was like
middle school gay.
In middle school,
like,
no, it was high school gay.
High school gay.
Yeah,
like
barely
on
legal.
The line.
And there was like guys that are like out of school touching boys, because so it was.
But like, cause they liked it, not because it was. Like
we all liked
like
it.
A funny thing.
That's why I joined. So yeah, but no, it's great because now we don't really get to talk about the origin of FWABOOM, because I don't know, at least the people that know us, they already know us, and then we kind of just traction off of that. And we've been a group since high school.
Yeah.
Would you say sophomore, junior, freshman year?
I'd say like 2008.
2008, yeah.
And when he says gay, it's like the most bromance, like love you could ever show. Like,
no, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah,
people commandeered the word gay.
Yeah.
And made it feel like it was an attack on gay people, like that South Park episode.
Yeah, dude.
Where they're like, just because you're riding a Harley down the street, call you a
yeah,
it doesn't mean that you're gay.
Right.
You're just like, I can't describe you another way. You're
right. I tried to put a fucking battery in my camera this morning. I was like, you fucking gay ass. But you know, like I was trying to put that motherfucker, you know? So yeah, I thank you for asking that question, man, because we never even think about it. Like, we're just, I don't want to say we're established, but we're known in our group of, people, and they know us. And but that's actually one of the things from a outside perspective, this week we actually launched our first episode, and we did a hard launch. We had a lot of support. People were on social media. You were on there as well, like trying to help us out and commenting and stuff.
I had Crohn's disease.
And we cured it.
No, I don't. Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah, so it's fun, and just having a hard launch. It's like really like a lot of anxiety that comes with it. Just like scheduling and having like, I don't know. We live in an era where we're kind of, I don't want to say manipulated or driven by the results or the views and the likes, and I fucking hate that. You know, I always feel. I think we just had this conversation the other day.
I think so.
Where I was just like, fuck the algorithm. I want to make what I want to make, because the algorithm, unfortunately, dictates how to make it, what to make. Oh, because we were talking about data. Was that with you?
Talking about data?
I don't think that was with you. I think I was talking to somebody else about that. But yeah, it was like we were looking at the analytics and the data
for the FWABOOM.
Yeah, FWABOOM podcast, and we were looking at it like, what's the attention span?
Yeah,
where are people watching it? Where are people like falling off? And I think it's super important that we kind of look at that, but also, do we dictate the podcast in that way, in that format? And I don't want to. But yeah, I wanted to bring up that you also have a podcast as well too, and just kind of want to dive a little bit deeper. What was the beginning starts of that, and what does that look like now? And how's it going?
Well, subscribe to the After School Cinema Club on all your podcast platforms and YouTube. The YouTube channel is my baby. I want to be in the mines making content.
Hell yeah.
But that's a good point about the analytics thing. It's three guys, Dylan, Vaughn, and myself. We all kind of had different perspectives as to what a podcast was, and we all kind of have different perspectives in the film industry. It's a movie podcast, After School Cinema Club. I went to school for film studies, so I call myself the director of the group. Vaughn's an actor. You may know him from some of the Apple commercials. He's the guy who talks about the iPhone for 4 years now.
Yeah, no, he's great.
He's been in there for a minute.
When I saw the podcast, and I was like, that's him.
Yeah,
like,
that's him. That's the guy. And then Dylan went to school for journalism, so he's the writer.
Whoa.
So we all have different backgrounds, but different perspectives on films, and we kind of thought that it would be a cool thing to do. But we also had different kind of goals. Like, we all wanted it to succeed.
Yeah.
But we all had different ideas of how to make it succeed. I think Vaughn and I were very aligned when it was just like, we got to get our feet wet. We got to understand what this looks like.
Right.
But Dylan was very results oriented. Yeah. And so I know what you mean when it's like, I got to look at the numbers, and I got to see how many people are listening and how it's going to work out. Yep. But it's just tough to have a conversation with, your friends when it's like, hey, let's put all of this friendship stuff aside and let's talk about business because we need to make a decision. And if we don't agree, we got to like figure out how to agree. I don't know how many people y'all have, but with 3 people, it was a little hard to sometimes win somebody over to your side.
Yeah, so that thank you for sharing that as well. But I was going to say, so Sean knows this, but you don't know this, but I was a part of another podcast beforehand, and it was called the Always Forward podcast. And, just a bunch of guys. It was 2017, I got out, and, I wanted to
I think you mentioned this. When I brought up that I was starting one.
I just wanted to have something on my own. And actually, I was going to say I applaud you because the reason why I wanted to start the podcast is because you started the podcast, and I saw you working on it, and I was like, I've mentioned this before on the podcast. I want to have something of my own and start projects. Projects drive me, and they motivate me to keep going and, kind of organize and stay motivated and get up in the morning, right? Just kind of keep it going. But yeah, when we started the FWABOOM podcast, we recorded the meeting. And it's very weird, but I actually recorded the meeting because...
We did too.
You recorded the meeting. Yeah, we recorded the meeting because we didn't want nothing to be like, hey, you didn't say this, I said that. And then no one was note-taking. But on record, me, Sean, and John, we said, even though... No matter what happens in the podcast, no matter what, when it stops becoming fun, we stop the show. Mm-hmm. That's it. That's really what it comes down. When it's not fun anymore, when we're clashing, we're butting heads, and we are because we're all brothers. But when it becomes not fun, we stop the show. There's no point. And like some people do more stuff than others, and et cetera, et cetera. But when there's ever a penny coming out of this podcast, we split it 3 ways. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts. We made that a commitment to ourselves because, we're older and we want to document our lives and we want to make sure that, it's harder for us to get together. So I think this is super important. But you're absolutely right. I think clashing heads is something that you can't, avoid. Yeah. Beliefs and thoughts and ideas and obstacles. It's challenging. But then that's also like persevering with your brothers, trying to go through it. So what does the state of the podcast look like right now?
Season 1 ended. Our first semester ended.
I love that.
We're going to do the school thing. First semester ended just because of life. Dylan, congratulations, he finally quit. He's now working for I forget what it's called.
Did you say fucking?
Can't say where we work.
I got
it. I like my job for now.
I got you. Yeah. We'll cover it, but yeah, Sean's got it. Sean noted it. Yeah.
He is a big soccer guy, and I think the biggest soccer journalism thing in the States hired him on as a writer.
Wow.
It's like something in Suits or Gentlemen in Suits or something like that. I don't know. Do y'all watch soccer at all? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do not.
Okay.
No.
Well,
the level of intelligence on this podcast is close to zero. It's close to zero. So you're actually the smartest person in this room right now. So,
no. I think I saw like a raccoon over there.
Yeah, right. yeah. So yeah. So
but yeah, he was on LOA, and we kind of took that opportunity because we all had time to start this thing.
Yeah.
Vaughn being the busiest of us, doing his thing, side things, creative things, work things.
Yeah.
Somehow made it work, and we were on a roll for a minute. We started in like March for Oscar season, and then just kind of kept rolling throughout
Golden
the year.
Globes just came out, yeah.
And then Dylan came back and coming back to work. But basically, after having all this free time to then getting cut to 40 hours a week, kind of dragged. And then I started my ISC.
Yeah.
And so all of those learning and growing pains kind of dragged. So he put it on pause for a minute. And then once he felt better, I put it on pause for a minute because I was going through it. And then Vaughn, thankfully, has stuck with us the entire time.
Yeah.
But currently, we're on pause waiting for a second semester to start. But
yeah,
I'm assuming once Dylan gets settled into his new job and I'm done with my ISE, we'll
roll back into it.
Yeah, it's funny enough. We'll roll back into it probably for Oscar season this year.
I actually can't wait, man. Movies. I mean, it is podcasting is such an interesting kind of thing. You know, I told John this and I told this to Sean. I'm on that tail end of it. You know, podcast. Everyone is doing a podcast.
Everyone's doing a fucking podcast.
I'm doing a podcast, but I'm also doing a podcast for like different reasons. But yeah, man, I think I'm at the tail end of it, and a lot of it is just documenting and getting the guys together, and I think that's super important. And like I said, it's fun. I mean, I don't know if you have a Discord or you like hang out with you guys or like over VC or voice channels and stuff like that, but we just say crazy shit. I'm like, why don't we just release? I mean, because I commute from here to work. Yeah. And I just listen to podcasts all the time. So I was like, why not?
Did you listen to mine?
I do not listen to yours. I do not listen to yours. If we're being completely fair, I do not listen to yours. But I know the premise of it as well. I was going to ask you, how many episodes are in a semester?
20
episodes?
7? I could look it up.
Holy shit. How long are episodes?
How many of them are good? That's a different question, dude.
How long are the episodes?
Hour and some change. Yeah. There's some 2-hour eps in there.
Holy shit,
if you gotta drive in traffic to get to the city,
dude, send that shit over to me, bro.
Yeah, dude.
I would love to.
We have. Damn, I stopped numbering them. Are you serious?
Dude, what if I got offended when he said that? What if I should have like attacked him back? Like, did you listen to my episode? No, I'm just joking.
Your episode just came out.
That's true. Yeah, it did. And it's going to be every Monday as well.
25 episodes.
Hey, what's up, dude?
Hey, Ryan.
Man? What's going on, man? Chilling.
I like the shades, dude.
Dude, love the shades, bro. With the release of the podcast, everyone's been like just wanting to hang out and see what's going on. And I do love that. I do love the love and support with the podcast, too.
I did, too. The dedicated fan base comes to you every week or so. It's like, hey, I like this episode. And then they challenge you on something that you said.
We've gotten a lot of feedback.
Really?
I asked for feedback. It was insane. And I was like, okay, well, I guess we do want to hear it. But it was like a lot of stuff from episode 1. Episode 1 was super fucking raw.
Yeah.
And, we were talking, I was just like, and also, I'll tell you a story. The first episode, in the first 10 minutes, and then I kind of like sent it out and kind of got, try to get like a temperature check on how the podcast was going to go. And my aunties and uncles were like, "Hey, it's a good podcast, man. Like, it's really great." And I was like, "You didn't listen to the fucking podcast." And he was like, "No, I did listen to the podcast." And I was like, "You know how I know you didn't listen to the podcast? Because the first 7 minutes of the podcast, I was talking about coming in a girl's mouth, and I know that you did not fucking listen to the podcast at all, bro." And he was just like, "You were talking about coming in a girl's mouth?" I was like, "No." So I love the idea of the support, but no expectations, bro. There's no expectations at all.
I know. It's going to take a minute to cultivate the audience, and sometimes waiting for that audience to come can be a bit of a problem, or just not a problem, but you get impatient with the journey. I know I did.
And also, bro, 1 hour on a podcast goes by so fucking quick,
dude.
So fucking quick.
We had 2-3 hour recording sessions.
No, we can't do that, bro. Because then we're doing posts. Me and Sean are doing posts, and that shit is it crushes. Dude, we had for the first 4 episodes, we had a 12-hour day. We locked ourselves in that studio, and we didn't eat. We didn't get any water. We just looked at the screen, screened everything, and we're like, "Can we say this? Can we say this?" I didn't even know you couldn't say anymore. I thought now you have to say little people.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't even know that you couldn't do that. Like, where the fuck is the rule book on that? You know, so.
Yeah.
Anyways, LPs, whatever.
LPs. Yeah. Shout out to my LPs.
Shout out to LPs, bro. But yeah, man. I wanted to ask you. So I'm glad that the podcast is kind of taking a hiatus right now, and then you guys can jump in. But I wanted to hear Ryan. Ryan, was there traffic or everything was good or?
There was a little bit of traffic.
Get closer to the mic, dude.
Yeah, there was a little bit of traffic.
Okay.
Not too bad coming from San Francisco to here.
The smog was good, dude, or what?
No smog.
No smog check?
Oh, smog check? Smog check was good.
Oh, okay, cool.
Just, have you ever been to the DMV or like a doctor's appointment where they're a little late and you have to kind of chill there and they're I'm sorry, we know your appointment's this time, but we're a little backed up, so they were about 20 minutes plus late, so it's cool.
Oh, shit.
But
no worries, dude.
That's all good.
Well, in the podcast, don't censor yourself. Everything Sean's taking notes. He'll cut up everything, and since you're a part of the podcast right now, then we'll obviously show it to you before it releases, and if you're not okay with anything you say, then we can always stop it. But that's the rules, right? That's the rules. Don't censor yourself in here, but me and Sean will regulate and then make sure you guys...
And also,
you can just post us on
speaking to the microphone, too.
See, closer to the microphone, bro. I want to hear that sexy-ass voice.
Closer to the microphone, my bad.
I want to hear that sexy-ass voice, bro. You're actually a part of it now that you don't even... I can't take you out of it now, so I'll introduce you. So. But hey, man, I did want to bring it up as well. I'm from the Bay Area. Sean's from the Bay Area, and I do think that your perspective about what the current events of what's going on in SoCal right now is kind of important. And at this moment, it's January 9th. You're watching. It's gonna be probably pushed out till March or February. Yeah. Just with the turnaround. But I was just gonna ask you, what does anyone affect it? I mean, is there anything crazy going on? Like, I have one cousin that's in downtown LA. And I guess there's a fucking fire in Hollywood Hills. And once I got that alert, I called my cousin. I was like, yo. Yeah. She said it was like 20 minutes away, but she got a package and she's ready to go whenever. What does that look like for you? Do you have any family in the area? Or
yeah. First of all, shout out to the Segway. What a great transition.
Oh, dude. I know.
Yeah. I mean, it's fire season. If you're from California, you know that fire season is always like tail end of summer, right?
Nice. Sorry.
But this is the first time that I can remember that the fire is like in like my backyard, pretty much. I said that to somebody yesterday, and they were like, "Oh shit, actually in your backyard?" And I'm like, "No, fucking."
No, I don't know. No, that's like, well, I mean,
my backyard's not on fire, but
okay, all right. Well, I thought you lived in the Hollywood Hills or something.
No. Like, if I were to paint a picture, and maybe in post you can put up a map, it's like LA is so big, and there's different like neighborhoods, kind of like the Bay.
Okay.
But they're still very spread out, even in their own little neighborhoods.
Yeah.
So I live on what's called the West Side. It's basically everything west of downtown.
Like WeHo? Is that?
No.
That's not WeHo.
It's a part of it.
Okay, I heard there's like a hella gay people over at WeHo. Is that true? Okay.
Yeah. It's like,
sorry, tangent. My bad. sorry.
West of downtown, south of the Hollywood Hills, north of the airport. That's called the West Side.
Like you're telling, okay, first of all, if you listen to other podcasts, I'm not good at geography. I only know where Disneyland is, and Disneyland apparently is far from like Long Beach.
So far.
I didn't even know where the fuck like Cucamonga Ranch is, and I heard that's like hella far. Cause I have family over there too. Yeah. So I was like, I called them. I was like, "Are you guys good?" It's like I'm 2 hours away from LA, and I was like, "The fuck is with the attitude, bro?" And they just hung up. So I mean, yeah, is it?
So it's basically in my backyard. And I know I just said that it's not in my backyard, but it's in my backyard.
Okay.
It's like if, how do I describe it? You live in Hayward,
I live in Hayward.
It's like if the Upper Walnut Creek is, the little mountain range or whatever that is.
Yeah.
It's like if that was on fire.
Yeah, that's what my cousin said. She said, downtown LA, 20 minutes. She could see it. It's far. It's like from SF to Oakland. You could see it from a distance.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow, that's intense. And so... I mean, I don't know if you're up to date with that, and fuck the mayor of LA. I don't know if you've heard that she's the one that she's the one that defunded all the fucking support for the fire. And I mean, that's just horrible. And what is your take on celebrities losing their houses? I just want to hear your hot take on, like fuck the rich, or like do we have sympathy for these guys, or how do you feel about that?
But insurance. And it's not like their only house. They have like a house in New York or a compound in
Wyoming. Like my Malibu house is on fire. Like, fuck you,
One of 3 houses. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, dude. No, it's scary. I mean, because then I see like Harrison Ford like losing all his memorabilia from like Indiana Jones and Star Wars, and
he hates that shit anyway. You know that, right?
No, I don't.
Yeah, he fucking hates that shit.
Well, why does he have it in his house?
Because it's people. People tell him like, "Hey, this is from XYZ," and he's like, "Great, I fucking."
You ever watch Shrinking?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, Shrinking is the Apple TV show, and it's actually really good because Harrison Ford like hates fucking everything about.
So he's just him.
Yeah, no, he's just him.
Yeah.
But he has Parkinson's, anyways. But
like shaky, like Michael J. Fox.
Yeah. Got the shakes. He's So anyways, I feel like there's a strong divide. I'm like a 70-20 or 80-20 kind of guy. They're gonna be all right.
The fires?
Well, the celebrities part.
The celebrities?
Yeah, like, they're gonna be all right.
No, they'll be fine.
They'll be fine.
Yeah, it's the people who bought a house and spent all their life savings for that shit. Like I have a friend who lives in Northridge.
Yeah.
And you're bad at geography, but Northridge is like.
Thanks, dude.
Let me look at a map.
Don't look at a map, dude.
It's like. Well, I don't know the Bay Area like that. Northridge to here is like Vallejo.
Oh yeah,
so
like
it's
the
far.
northern tribe.
Far.
The northern Philippine
But there's
tribe.
also more mountains in that area in LA. That's like what's called the Valley. Because it's the North Hollywood Mountains, and then there's like the big mountains by like Santa Clarita by Six Flags.
Yeah.
So that whole thing is called the Valley. He lives on the north end of the valley, and there's a fire over by Santa Clarita where Six Flags is.
There's like 6 of them right now, right?
Yeah, dude.
Fuck.
Yeah, dude. There's the one in Pasadena, the one in Glendale, the one in
Hollywood
the big
Hills,
one, the Hollywood Hills, the one in Palisades. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I was told that the origin was just like the winds, right? Like one Santa Ana winds, right? Like. It just went one way. Like, I guess it's always been every you guys always have
it. It's fire season, dude.
But it always happens. But it's like the direction of the wind is always like a toss up. I'm just guessing. So that's why it's different this time around. Okay, so that sucks, man. I think the celebrities are gonna be okay. It sucks about like the tragic people that passed away. The animals. I think that the animal sucks. The whole Malibu fucking line, the coastline of houses are fucking gone. But what's funny is...
What's funny? What's funny about fires, dude?
No, the fires aren't funny. The fuck you, man. No. The fires aren't funny. It's the you brought up a good point. It's the insurance part of it. And I saw, I follow fucking World Star on Instagram, and they were showing the fires, and then there was like a bat sign of like Luigi Mangione in fucking in this air, and they were talking about like the insurance, like they're canceling insurances, and like it's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane, and I don't know what time has passed, and I think he's in Rikers Island right now, or he's like he's in New York.
It's like Arkham Asylum, or
he's probably locked up with the Joker. But I was gonna say like
good movie, by the way.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Which one?
Just the second one.
The
Joker 2, the musical, Lady Gaga.
You like that one?
I liked it. Watch the podcast.
Oh, this fucking guy, dude. No, see now you make me feel okay. How about all right? Let's. I was just going to ask you, no matter what political stand you feel, do you feel like Peak Design should have meddled into that whole debacle with Luigi Mangione?
What do you mean Peak Design?
Dude, do you not know?
I don't know what that is.
Peak Design Bag, the company from San Francisco. Have you heard of it?
Mm-mm.
Oh, my God. All right. We're not going to get really into it, but long story short, Luigi Mangione killed a cop back in the in the back, whatever, shot him in the back.
Oh, did Peak Design make the backpack that he was wearing?
Right, and then they're all serialized.
Oh,
and so privacy was released, and the CEO wasn't, he wasn't given a subpoena.
Yeah,
he wasn't like forced to, and there was a huge debacle with like Apple as well.
Yeah,
kind of like
always
giving privacy away, and they didn't budge.
Yeah,
but this fucking asshole, at Peak Design gave away the serial number without privacy and all that stuff. And I think he's just a piece of shit, bro. And then now they're fucking destroying them, like, live.
Well, why would
he go out of his way?
Why would a backpack be a tech company? Like, why is there a serial number? Why does privacy matter? It's a fucking backpack.
Right.
You know, I'll go to Ross and buy 3 backpacks. Who the fuck cares?
Yeah. Well, I mean, this CEO went out of his way, ID'd Luigi, and that kind of, put it all together, and he got caught up in McDonald's and whatever. So like, it's just crazy, but 2025 is super interesting. Me and John always talk about what that looks like. I think that things should just burn down to the ground. Good segue again, dude. I'm such a good fucking segue,
You're
bro.
so insensitive, dude.
No, I'm not. I was trying to go to a segue, but now I should be sensitive. But what I was gonna say was we had this conversation before, reform versus burning it all down.
Yeah.
And before I hear from you, I want to hear from Ryan. Because I know what you're gonna say. But we don't have to look at Ryan. Oh well, we have to.
I want to look at Ryan.
Yeah, but he's not on camera. But Ryan, the question that I asked Jose was, do you believe in reform, or do you want to see it all burned down one day? Heavy question. No specific industry.
I don't think we're at the point yet to have it burn all down yet. But I do believe that sometimes there needs to be a complete reset for it to be able to, build it back up again.
No, I feel the same way. And does that mean our government? Does that mean tech? Does that mean police or education system? I don't know what that means, but I do want to see it burn down, and I think that's the only way to cleanse that problem. And I don't believe in reform. I mean, we've been believing in reform for so long. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, when push comes to shove, though. But also, I'm the kind of guy to be like, I don't really give a fuck until it's into my front door.
Do you have a gun?
You're
allowed to say that?
Well, we can note it, but I dabble into firearms.
Yeah. You have a couple right here, right now.
Maybe.
That's why you care, dude. I don't have one. I want one. But
do you really?
Yeah, but I don't have one.
You should flex that amendment right, dude. You should do it.
I know.
Yeah.
I know I should.
What's stopping you, if you don't mind me asking?
The wife.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah. I mean, I think that being with Van as well too, it was something that they didn't like, but also like I had it before I met them. So it's like and it's it's out of the way. It's not in in their space, and I'm very safety oriented, and thank God, I don't go and flag it around and all that stuff, and it's definitely a part of it's definitely important to me that I do have that flexibility. Do you go to range? Do you like shooting? Or?
I've been once. It was expensive.
There's one in San Leandro. I can take you right after this podcast.
I would love to go. I'd love to go.
We can do that, bro. What would you want to get, if you don't mind me asking? Just like a simple pistol, or?
I would want, and I've always said this whenever they ask me, like a classic wood shotgun that you just hang over the mantle, not to use, just like to display.
Like a buckshot?
Yeah,
like a double barrel.
Yeah, because I've always loved the shotgun from.
Not if you're playing fucking COD Zombies.
Not a double barrel. No. I've been a fan of the shotgun from Resident Evil my entire life.
Like a pump shotgun.
Yeah. The one that's over the fireplace and is broken. You have to go find the one that's the real one.
Okay.
So you're gonna get trapped in a room.
Okay.
Just something like that. Classic.
Yeah.
Metal on wood. Just leave it there. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And then a revolver for the cowboy meme, but nothing really to.
So you're like a casual. You're a casual. Okay, so if we're talking about personal firearms for safety and defense, you don't give a fuck.
I don't think where I live in the moment requires that. And if we do burn it down, it's still just home defense.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about this a bunch of times. Like, what does the revolution look like? I'm a revolutionist. If you listen to this podcast, I'm ready.
I didn't listen.
Oh yeah, God damn it! Both on a podcast, and we don't listen to each other's podcasts. It's crazy. But no, I think I've always been like that. Ever since I left for the military, I've always been a revolutionist. I've always I'm ready to take arms. And you ever play that game Freedom Fighters on PS2? You ever play it? No. All right. But yeah, it's an awesome game, and you kind of be a part. You're just a soldier and a part of a bigger kind of scene. And you brought it up. It was what is it? Civil War?
Civil War. I was gonna bring it up again.
Yeah, those guys got fucking wrecked with that grenade, or no with the Hawaiian shirts. Yeah, that was a bad place to be. That's a fatal funnel, dude. You don't want to be caught up in one of those, bro.
Yeah.
I would have popped smoke and just dipped. Yeah. I would have just broke contact.
That picture though, the picture was hard.
The picture was hard. It's not realistic. It's not realistic is the camera that she used.
The film camera?
Yeah, because film camera. She used a Sony and then she used the Leica lens or a manual lens. And when you're in that,
talking about the little girl, right?
Oh no, I'm talking about the reporter,
Mary Jane.
Mary Jane, right?
Yeah.
Right, Mary Jane. Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about Mary Jane. The protagonist is the little girl on film.
Oh no, but I mean that's not what
that picture was raw.
Oh, those pictures are raw. Yeah. And how does that work? Like she's moving across America and she's developing her own stuff.
Yeah. You never seen those at home?
No,
kits?
Actually, I have not. I would have done it at home if I like, understood more. But you shoot more film than I do, so so like do I need a lot of things to fucking develop?
It's a starter price because you do need like the little tent she had is like a lightproof tent.
Yeah, right.
And then you need the chemicals and the film stock, and I think they even mention it slightly that they're like, I have to buy like in bulk and then go to like this specific city to get some more, which is like shooting film now. You can't go everywhere to get.
No,
film.
that's true.
I mean, is it making a comeback? You could really go like to a Walgreens and buy like a roll of 35 millimeter.
Yeah. So when I went to film school, and I thought I was gonna dabble into film like that because I mean I'm fascinated with 35. This, but when we got there, I was shooting just digital everything, and it was kind of a drag, but we like loading film, checking out films, shooting on films.
Hot take, dude. Digital is cheating. It's cheap.
Digital is cheating and it's cheap. We should pause this and I should get my fucking Bolex and just fucking shoot 16 millimeter on this fucking thing. But I honestly, that's why actually the camera that I got is not a like photo camera. It's a video camera. But if I were to shoot photo, like if you were to ask me, I would just bring out a film camera and kind of try my luck. I do get anxiety though when I have like maybe a client shoot or maybe I have like something with money involved. What if I can't deliver? With a film camera, I can't see it. But that's how people used to rock back then. And you kind of have to trust your skill level. And hopefully I get something soon and kind of have to get to flex that part of using film. But the turnaround is just crazy. I mean, in a digital age, people are just like, oh, I need these for my wedding. Like oh, it takes 2 to 3 weeks.
You got to find like a place that hooks you up. In LA, there's a shout out to Gold 1 Hour Photos. They actually give you your photos back in like the same day if you get there early.
How fucking Walgreens used to be.
Yeah. And then up here, what was that place called? Up here, you put me on it.
Glaskey Photos.
No.
Oscar's
Photo Lab.
Photo Lab.
Shout out to them. They kept my negatives for a year, and then I got an email. They were like, "Hey, you never picked these up. We're gonna throw these away."
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I have a bunch of negatives that I just don't do. I just have like a bunch of black boxes.
Yeah.
No racial, but it's just one of those things that I don't know what to do with.
Yeah.
And maybe one day I'll figure it out. But I do want to shoot film. I want to get a scanner. I just need to develop the film and get it to the glass paper.
Well, that at-home little thing I think is a good start.
Yeah.
Not the one from the movie, but I saw one the other day. It's like a big tub, kind of like a 5-gallon bucket type thing, and you just do everything in there. But you just have to know the process.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know. And I know there's places.
Instructions on YouTube.
Right. I don't.
You can't watch a YouTube video.
I can't watch
too much on TikTok, dude.
Dude, if I
no attention.
I was gonna make a joke, but
don't censor yourself.
Yeah, that's right. No, you're absolutely right, bro. You're absolutely right. No, I like the shooting part of it. I don't like the developing. I just don't give a fuck about that part. Like when I was shooting as a camera operator or when I was pulling focus when I was in the industry. I didn't give a fuck. After like when I used to show up on set, I would give my SSD to the DIT, which is the person that would handle all the data. I was like, oh, I need this for my reel. And I didn't care. I didn't care about. I don't give a fuck about color grading. I care about like composition and like flow and all that, but I just don't care about. Oh man, like it's just. And that's why I think maybe I shoot a lot of street photography. Like it's everything's raw. You kind of get what you get, but. That's kind of naive to say. I feel like I'm an asshole.
It's cheap, dude.
I'm cheap. I'm an asshole. No, but why not? Why not me shoot it and then they develop it and then be like, yo, I trust that you're doing it right.
Well, the developing is kind of like you can do tips and tricks with developing.
Yeah.
But ultimately, you're the one still compositing and making sure lighting's right and making sure framing is right.
Oh no, that's what I'm like focused on.
Developing's fine. You don't have to develop it yourself,
right?
But in the context of the movie, where America's in a civil war,
and
the infrastructure doesn't exist to go to fucking Oscar's Photo Lab.
Solid circle back. Yeah. Okay, I guess that's what I was saying. I was like, I just don't care for the the development,
the mundane
part.
Yeah.
But you're right, like in that movie, it is good to have in your back pocket too. You know,
Yeah.
so. Also, did you watch Civil War?
Not yet.
No, you didn't watch Civil War.
It's on Max. Check it out on Max.
Okay.
Yeah, dude.
It's got Mary Jane in it from Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It got shitted on the review. How'd you?
They got shit on the reviews.
Did you like the review?
I loved it.
I
loved it.
I liked it.
Yeah,
I
the entire
liked it.
third act when they're rushing the White House.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys talk about like movie plots and all that stuff on your podcast, or do you just talk about the reviews, or
we just kind of shoot the shit. Like
shoot
this.
the shit? Okay. Cool.
The structure that we had was, we would start off with just films of the week to stay relevant.
Yeah.
And then the second half of the episode would be non-spoiler and then spoiler thoughts of the movie we watched. And then if somebody had like a hot take, or if somebody had like a perspective that we wanted to dig deeper in, we would have that conversation. Vaughn is from DC, and so he fucking hated the movie because he knew exactly where everything was going on. And he was just like, so like, you know how they talk about the suspension of disbelief and just like being sucked into this movie. I wasn't there. Didn't watch it with Vaughn, but in the episode, he's like, I was there, and seeing his like hometown like little liquor store get blown up, or like that corner store get shot up, and bombs going this way and planes going that way.
Okay.
They saw it in Dolby Digital, which is apparently like the format because the sound is just so raw. Just really kind of fucked them up, but overall, really good movie.
For one, I watched it once. There's some memorable parts, but I can't say that I thought it was the shit. I don't know what it is. I didn't really care. I didn't really care for the crazy white person that fucking like put bodies in the ground like that. Yeah, I didn't really care about that person.
Jesse Plemons?
No, yeah. But yeah, man, I will say this. I have lost that part of like the film like culture or the film world. Kind of reflecting back to whatever we've been doing. I haven't watched a lot of movies. I don't go to movies a lot. I'm not on IMDb a lot as well. I'm not.
We have a kid.
Well, no, it's not that. It's just I think that like COVID really fucked me up. Like I graduated during COVID. I had my I tried to get my internship in New York, and I was supposed to go into journalism as well. And then COVID happened, and I stayed here. And then Sean hooked me up, and it is just one of those things where it is I kind of like lost that part. So when I started this project, or on YouTube and all that, I kind of like regained that kind of focus and motivation, and it feels good. But actually just kind of hearing the other side of it, like I feel like I can't reciprocate the same like level of like movie knowledge when I myself went to film school. Like I still think that like it's like Rear Window is my favorite, like Alfred, like it's just like stuff like that, and you kind of just like forget like what movies mean to you, and the feeling and the impact that it has. And so this is my commitment to tell you that I'm gonna watch your podcast. That's basically what I'm trying to say.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
All right, cool.
I appreciate that.
All right, cool, man.
I don't blame you if you don't, though. It's a flawed format. It's a flawed format because it's hinging on the fact that you've seen the movie we're talking about. Otherwise, why would you watch the episode?
So, are you? Would you say that the beginning episodes of the podcast is like super raw, or do you guys get into a political part where you're like censoring each other as well?
No, we don't ever censor each other. It's just more about, again, you're watching an episode for a movie you haven't seen.
Right.
So what's the point of watching the episode?
Got it. You have to like look in the search bar and be like, this will pop up.
Our first episode. So we recorded 6 before we started, or 9 before we uploaded to YouTube.
Yeah.
Just all audio only. Our first, I did a release order of 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9.
Okay.
Do you get the reference?
No.
It's a Star Wars reference.
Okay.
Thank
Cool.
you.
Yeah.
Our first episode is episode 4 for a movie called Love Lies Bleeding. Have you seen that movie?
No, I have not.
Okay. Next episode. Kung Fu Panda.
I'm like a worst friend.
Have you seen
I
Kung Fu
actually
Panda
thought
4?
that this podcast was gonna bring us closer, and now it's just pushing us way apart, dude.
Have you seen Kung Fu Panda 4?
Have I seen Kung Fu Panda? Yes.
No, Kung Fu Panda 4.
Yeah, I think I can guess the fucking reference.
Okay,
dude, or
we're
like
not
the
going to
movie
watch that
plot.
one.
Yeah,
Have you seen Godzilla X Kong? The one on
when he goes spoiler when he goes. Yeah, I watched that.
Okay, so you'll watch the third episode that we released,
dude,
because you haven't seen the first 3 movies.
Yeah. Ryan, have you ever watched any of these movies?
I've seen the Godzilla King Kong movie.
That's what I'm fucking talking about, dude.
Have you seen Monkey Man? Indian John Wick?
That's exactly what I was gonna say. I was like, isn't that guy Indian? No, I have not watched that guy.
So you're not watching that one.
Yeah. Is it good?
It's great. It's great. It's also political, but I don't know enough about Indian politics to enjoy the political.
Why not?
Just cancel me now, dude.
Yeah. We always talk about there's so many people that want to be on podcasts, and the podcast is great because we have like people lined up. But I will say that a lot of our friends, a lot of people that are gonna be on, they are cancelable people. And me and Sean are gonna have to make sure we keep it on track like a lot. So it is it's gonna be difficult, and I do love the enthusiasm to bring them on. But right after they watch the podcast, they texted me and or John and or Sean and be like, "Yeah, we're gonna get canceled if you bring me on," and I love it. I love it. I'm for it, man. I'm for it. I'm for chaos. You know, I love chaos. I think I strive in chaos. You get the best version of me when I'm in chaos. So. No, it's important, man. It's important. But I do want to ask, before I ask you this, I want to ask the group, but I want to hear Ryan's take on it. Do you know the dead internet theory?
I do not know the dead internet theory.
Have you? Yeah. So I actually John, the guy on this table, he would always bring it up, and he would always tell us about it because I don't know if you guys know this or have seen this happen, but. I do run another YouTube channel, and it's like me and my wife's channel, and we kind of like do vlogs, and it's really awesome. But a big part of it too is that it got like corrupted with, bots. And with the bots, I don't know, and I brought this up, and I was like, I don't know if the bots are a part of the algorithm uplifting the subscriber boost, getting us to a point where we can kind of get momentum. But once I found that out, I was like, it's sketchy. Mm-hmm. It's sketchy. I'm scared. I don't want to fucking get in trouble, right? I don't know. Like, it's weird. Oh,
do you want me to read you the definition of the dead internet theory?
No, we know what it is. I'm asking. I know what it is. No, we know what it is. I'm asking.
Okay, Ryan doesn't know what it is.
Ryan doesn't know what it is. Yeah, so,
It's basically bots is manipulate bots. Like the media that you see. So so you can control the population.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's firsthand, but I brought it up. I run Van and Rommel YouTube channel, it's a vlog for me and my family. And
is your baby on there?
Yeah, baby's on there.
Maybe that's why there's bots.
What is it? What do you mean?
I think if there's a baby in there, there'll be bots to
monitor?
Sean's point. No, to get it to people to watch.
Oh, you think so? Yeah. Okay. So the premise was like, okay, we were like at 38 subscribers, whatever, and then we started uploading regularly. Went to some trips, and it was great. 438, and I was like, yo, like that's weird because like it's just traction, right? Like you're doing everything right, you're posting on the right times, you're doing everything correctly, but then you're at 438, you feel like it's not natural or organic. So then I paused and I was like, I don't know what's going on. So I stopped posting on that, and I brought it up to the guys, and because the worst thing would to be have this FWABOOM podcast be like infiltrated by bots. But is that an algorithm thing? Is that like trying to get us to be on the timeline, so you had no idea what that was, Ryan?
I did not know what that was.
Yeah, it's new to me. John always brings it up every time I feel like there's something fishy on social media, because I'm running the social medias, and every time there's something fishy or weird, John is like, it's that internet theory, so yeah. What is your perspective or take on the?
Well, I'm glad we didn't get to finish our conversation the other day, because we were talking about this.
Yeah, and it's like a weird place to talk about it because we're just like running around everywhere. Yeah.
But I think I saw a Kyle Hill video on it. If you don't know who Kyle Hill is, he used to work for Nerdist, some YouTube channel. I think it was also like a blog or something. Anyway, he's a big nerd guy, long hair, beard. You know Kyle Hill?
I do not.
No? Okay. Anyway, I think
you're the smartest guy in this
video.
Room, right? Yeah.
I'm just online.
Okay,
I'm
fine.
just online
fair.
the time. His video on the dead internet theory related it to this other thing called dark forest theory, which is based off of a book that I was reading called The Three Body Problem,
which is a movie on Netflix.
Which is a show on Netflix.
Yes. Got it.
But basically, the dark forest theory is you're in a dark forest, you can't see anything, and you don't know.
So let me soak it.
Imagine
Let me keep
right.
going.
In a dark forest, it's night.
Okay.
Stars.
Shit.
You hear noises, but you don't see anything, and you know that you're in a hostile environment. And in the distance,
like your fight or flight is like kicked in. Okay,
yeah.
got it.
And so in the distance, you see a campfire, and you're like, "What's going on over there?" And so you're kind of like,
I don't know why I licked my lips, but
you're taking it back.
Yeah,
you're observing it, and then all of a sudden it just disappears.
You're taking what?
You're just like, what is that? Like you're taking it back.
Oh, I'm taking back. Yeah.
And then it just disappears, and then you go to the campfire, and you see just like carnage, right? Carnage.
Whoa.
So
okay.
it's like the idea is that the universe is a dark forest to where if you make noise, you expose yourself and you die.
Okay. This is a show?
This is book 2.
This is book 2
of the 3-book trilogy that is going to be probably season 2 of the show. The second book is called The Dark Forest, but this theory of the Dark Forest is something that I'm assuming is gaining traction in like that community.
So what does it all mean?
Getting to that point,
sorry.
We're going to get to a dead internet where we'll have to post something that is only relevant to humans so we understand each other. Because you'll go into like the comment section and it'll just be all be bots.
You're right.
But then you'll see one guy post something completely out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And you'll know that guy is a human. And we'll get to the point where we'll have to communicate that way. Wow. Because everything else is just full of bots and AI and bullshit.
Yeah, because I did my due diligence, and it was saying that the last time we actually had real internet was like in 2006, and I was like, what the fuck, and it's something about spam, it's like something about like just like trying to get the algorithm to work in your favor, and AI, and we are getting to that point where it's like it just doesn't matter anymore. So, a lot of times it's like, why do we try so hard on social media? Well, I mean, again, I think the core of it, at least for this podcast, just saying is that it's for us. It's for no one else. We've always established that we have no expectation. But the dead internet theory is.
But it's for you to prove that you're real.
It's for us to prove that we are real.
To prove that you existed, because that is the climax of the third book that I don't want to finish because the story is just so good. Wow. It's having the pride. To say that I existed, and that's just something that humans in general kind of have in the back of their head.
No, it's interesting, man. It's interesting. I myself, I think we're already there. I mean, do you believe that we're already in that state?
Dead internet.
Dead internet.
We're there. I mean, we're not like there. Like it's not over. You can still go on. Blue Sky and have a conversation with people, but you can't do that on Twitter.
Yeah, it's just all bots.
Just all bots.
Yeah, no one's fucking real on that shit.
Yeah,
that
can't do that on Facebook. Facebook's gone.
All bots, yeah.
Yeah, a good Twitter account was Facebook Slop or something like that. They would just post a bunch of Facebook AI generated like Jesus pictures or veteran pictures, and it's just like horrible. It's got thousands of likes and shit. And
yeah, dude. I mean, everyone's a bot nowadays, bro. So, I think that it's a scary truth. And, I've always been on social. I feel like I got the tail end of. Oh no, I got the beginning of social media. I started. I'm 31.
You should watch Didi.
Yeah, Didi's shot movie. Fremont. Yeah, I heard about it. I never shot it. I never watched it. Dude, I explained that I don't have that feeling like I used to, man. You know what, man? That's a commitment. I'll promise to you now, moving forward, that in 2025 I will get back to shooting video, and I will be watching more movies and being more into it. Because you know who's really educated? Matthew. Yeah, he's very educated in the movie scene, and I just don't feel like I can reciprocate that. So you're actually bringing this part of me, like, damn, like everyone is getting after it, and I'm just like okay with not knowing. But that's ignorance, right? That's ignorant.
Ignorance is bliss.
But that is ignorance, right? Like you can get the information, but you just choose not to.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. So, I have been a part of social media since the beginning. I was on Vine. I was Instagram, Twitter. Everything. And and it has taken a mental toll on my like on me and loved ones as well, and social media does destroy. It's
more of a reason to watch DD. That is exactly the premise of the movie.
Really? I thought it was just shot in Fremont, and the guy was.
It is shot in Fremont. Yeah. He's a Fremont Asian gangster, dude.
Yeah, I thought he was just running around. Well, see, the thing, the reason why like people,
I got you, bro.
The reason why people recommended me the movie was because during high school, like Sean will attest to this, all I did was run around San Bruno, and I just had a camera, and I recorded everything that I saw, and I posted everything on Tumblr and Twitter and everything. Mm-hmm. And I will say that social media has taken a big toll on my mental health, and it still has. I fucking created an OCD, created this persona that I have on social media, and it's important to talk about because people don't see the negatives. I mean, at least talk about the negative side effects. Because
I disagree.
You think people lot of people talk about negative side effects of social media?
I do, especially now.
Well, right. But like, if I were to have someone to advocate during like when I was growing up, and like, why do I feel this way about what I post? Like, I wish someone's there. But now that we're in this age, I'm aware, and I like to talk about it. But you're absolutely right. There's a lot of people that talk about it nowadays.
Yeah.
But it's a scary fact, man. I have loved ones. I have like little sisters that got like bullying and all that stuff that during the social media days, man.
Hey,
it's tough, dude. Sharkeisha, bro.
Log off, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
Log off.
Yeah.
Laptop closed. The end of the story. Touch grass.
Man. I also can't. Yeah, touch grass. I was also part of like the Call of Duty era where you just fucking rip it into people.
I was there too, dude.
Yeah, and
Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, it did a lot, dude.
Black Ops 3.
Yeah. It does a lot. Still now, I mean, everything's all fucking censored, but
yeah.
But yeah, man, it's important to kind of
Overwatch.
What's up?
Overwatch.
Oh yeah, Overwatch,
dude.
Big one, bro.
Am I making you nervous, dude?
Dude, I'm not. No.
For 54 minutes.
54 minutes, yeah. A little hour, a little change. How long does yours go for?
Hours, dude. I'm not even kidding you. Hours.
Bro.
I think our Joker 2 video was like 2 and some change.
You like the Joker 2?
I do like the Joker 2.
Tell me about
Joker
it.
2 was an hour and 43. Our longest one.
Close. Did you watch Joker 2, Ryan?
I have not seen it. I heard that it is good, but it depends on how you watch the movie.
Do you like musicals?
Exactly. If you like musicals and go into it as a musical, you'll like it. Because you're, spoiler alerts, you're watching it kind of from his mental viewpoint.
Right.
So when I will go into it with that viewpoint versus seeing it as a sequel to the first Joker movie.
Yeah.
Because I know if I go into that way, I'm not going to like it at all. But if you go into as in the mind of Joker, it's probably going to be a way better movie. So
yeah. Well, I remember talking about Joker 2 on this podcast, and I was fucking obliterated on the podcast, and I didn't make sense. Yeah.
FWABOOM podcast?
Oh yeah. I mean, the episode. I think it's like episode 2 or 3.
Oh.
2 or 3. But yeah, I was obliterated, and yeah, I think that it's not Lady Gaga's fault. This is my perspective. I don't think it's Lady Gaga's fault. I don't like musicals in that sense. I think that they had a good thing going. I don't like the way it ended because I think it was a cop out. Yeah, I think that the script was made and they put the pieces together, and that's what it is. But also, it's perspective. And again, this is coming from a guy that used to love and indulge himself into cinema, and I guess I'm just not there. And I guess I'm not open-minded. So this is really, really good for me because then I can really talk about it. So
yeah. But on average, actually, funny enough, our podcasts are like 90 minutes. Most of them, like a full-length movie. The longest one was Bad Boys 4. That was 2 hours and like 11 minutes.
Controversial.
And then was it?
No, did you like Bad Boys 4?
It was the first Bad Boys I've seen in a long time.
Right.
And I just recently rewatched the first 2 with my homie.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was cool. There's cool drone shots in Bad Boys 4.
Yeah.
We should have more drone shots in movies. You should watch Ambulance too. The Michael Bay movie. It's a car chase in L.A. I really like it because it's a car chase in L.A. But there's a lot of drone shots in Ambulance. Anyway, and the second longest episode is Deadpool and Wolverine. That episode was 2 hours and 8 minutes.
Wow.
But every other episode on average, about an hour and a half, hour 40.
Do you guys indulge into like the Marvel kind of like universe kind of thing? Or
we shit on it.
You shit on it? Okay,
because it's easy. Yeah, I'm a fan. I take it back. I haven't seen any. I was a fan.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any recent Marvel stuff since Deadpool, Wolverine, but there hasn't been much to watch.
Yeah, Loki season 1 was amazing. I didn't watch Loki season 2.
I like season 2.
Yeah, I haven't watched it, and I stopped when the black dude took over as Captain America on the boat. You know what I'm talking about, like the Disney. I didn't like how Disney like broke down their.
You don't like black representation?
No, I do love black representation. I think that they shitted on that character, like Falcon being the Captain America.
Being
I think they
black,
could have. I did not say that. I did not say it's because he's black, but I think that they could have done so much more with that character. I think they could have just like did something better with the releases and the structure.
Well, I think it's part of the canon.
Really?
I'm not a Marvel guy, but
I'm not a Marvel guy either.
I think it's part of the canon. I think there is a stint where Sam Wilson is Captain America.
No, he is.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna be in the future, like of the MCU.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like the way that they brought, like I am a big believer that a lot of movies should be broken down into shows, but the MCU should have been definitely movies. I don't think they should have dragged on for show. Like the Secret Invasion with like Samuel Jackson.
That was a show.
That was a show, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That wasn't good.
That wasn't good.
That wasn't good. So I was just like, I don't know why, like their structure, the way that they're doing it's not good. I don't know why they keep doing it that way. So
money.
Oh, absolutely. It's just like Fast and Furious, you know. Like I've said it before. Yeah. What?
I'm a big Fast fan.
Are you really?
100%.
Oh, you're fucking yeah. So like Ludacris definitely said, he was like, stop asking us why we're making these fucking movies. Money. People are watching them, and it's money, and we're gonna make
the Chinese,
more.
Dude.
They do love the
Chinese.
Fast.
Yeah. That's why they all of those action movies of like the 2010s.
There's not a lot of good action movies nowadays.
No, there isn't. Yeah. Bad Boys 4 though, good action movie. Civil War, good action movie. John Wick, fantastic action saga. Yeah, 4 movies.
That's true. Yeah, no, what's a movie that you've been watching recently, or do you anime or anything like that? You watch a lot of anime?
I don't watch anime.
Yeah? Oh.
Sorry.
Movie, anime,
movie. Oof, what's the last thing I saw? Anime, Bleach. I mean, I think the animation on that is beautifully done, especially seeing how it came from early 2000s all the way to now. There's a huge upgrade to it. So,
saw Attack on Titan.
Yeah, I actually fell off Attack on Titan last season. I could not get through the fucking.
You don't like the
politics? No, I don't like the like.
You don't like the politics?
When spoiler, whenever they were like going back into, I don't know, it's like this. There was a little story about the girl and the boy, and they were running back. Like I couldn't get through that. It was
the girl and the boy. You don't like women?
This guy's fucking attacking me. See, this is why I get uncomfortable. All right, yeah, because usually I'm the one attacking the other guy. So my defense is up right now. No, I just couldn't get through it, and I know it's in a great story. And didn't they have a movie release recently?
I think the movie is just the last season.
Oh,
but like, right? Am I wrong?
It's the movie is the last season.
Like the movie is just like a long retelling of like the last act. Basically. When they're attacking the mainland,
exactly.
Right? It's that whole thing.
Yes, yeah. It's like an hour and a half movie, but it's
nothing different.
Nothing different.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was.
I mean, because even the episode, like the last 2 episodes, were split up into 2 45-minute episodes, right?
Yes.
Like that whole last arc, and so the movie's just that arc together.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I didn't watch.
That's good.
I'm actually waiting for Black Clover to come back. I don't know if you guys watch Black Clover, but Black Clover has some great animation as well too. So
I fell off that one. I don't know what it was. Yeah. I got to maybe 2 seasons into it, and I just could not stay with it.
Yeah, Black Clover was amazing. The last anime that I watched was I couldn't get back onto Jujutsu Kaisen. I couldn't get back into that one. Amazing animation. I love the way it looks. But the last one I watched was Solo Leveling, which is really cool. I really like Solo Leveling. So, yeah, man. I mean, it's a big part of my life, and I think that I've just fell off as well too. But I definitely you sparked something in this podcast, so I really appreciate it. Calling me out because it's like no, because I went to fucking school for it, and then I just I don't want to be that guy to fucking just walk away from.
I don't like that preconception of film people.
Yeah.
Like I don't like the pretentiousness of it.
Oh,
like in Berkeley, like one of my first semesters there, they were trying to recruit people for like the film frat, and so the 3 people who came to represent it was this fucking dude with a neck beard and a fedora.
Hell yeah.
Some girl with fucking like elbow gloves,
Oh my god!
Some other girl,
like a Hello Kitty lover. Yeah.
And I was like, this is the people you're bringing to represent to your film frat to a film class. Like it was like intro to documentary or some shit.
Right.
It's like, this is not a good look for you guys. No one's gonna sign up for this shit.
You didn't sign up?
Fuck no.
Oh, I thought you were the leader now, or like
No,
the chapter
fuck no.
fucking president.
And even in like community college, a lot of the film people there, it's just like, the fuck. Like our project for my screenwriting class was like, throughout the semester, you were supposed to break down the script of your favorite movie, and a lot of them were just like, "Oh, I fucking like Bicycle Riders," or fucking.
So what does film school look like when you went to school? Like I just because for me I went for motion pictures and television, and I had an emphasis in cinematography. So I was behind a camera. I could show a bunch of stuff that I've been on, but like I have IMDb. I've been on films. I've been on shoots. I have that record. Like, even applying for where we work at, like, I didn't have a resume because this is my first job. But I have a film resume. But that doesn't apply. Like, you know, like, what the fuck are they going to do with that?
I get that.
So, like, like, a day-to-day would be like, because I didn't take tests. No, I didn't have any tests during college. It was projects. Like,
it's projects, right?
Yeah, my school was, like, Hollywood. They had a graphic design department, art department, you know, whatever. And then you would collaborate, and you would get a team together, and then you would shoot this, and then, you know, you would just go through the steps of promotion and, you know, social media, and you would treat it like a movie every time. And, you know, good or bad, and a lot of this stuff is in circuits, you know, like festival circuits during the time. But that was my film school, and I helped around, you know, at SF State, and SF State was great. Well, I don't know what that looks like at other schools because that was the whole reason why I signed up for Academy of Art. So
no, I shot myself in the foot going to Berkeley because Berkeley's not a film school; it's a study school. So my degree is in film studies, and so all my classes were like art history, documentary, fucking like I don't know. It was just a bunch of studying and a bunch of bullshit.
Just theory stuff.
Theory. Which is why I can break something down and analyze it and really like enjoy it.
Yeah,
but I don't have any practical skills.
Yeah, I could tell you, you know, what kind of camera, you know, like that's the technical part of it. Like I don't want to say I lived in the cage, but like you kind of like go to the cage where all the camera, all the lighting equipment is, you rent it out and you kind of go to the set. But that's where how my schooling went. Now, does that mean that couldn't took me anywhere? I don't know, but all my reel and my resume, you know, all that's what got me to my internship. And, you know, unfortunately I didn't get to do any of that, but it is no, but it's different walks of life. It's different perspectives. So
yeah, that's my perspective.
Yeah, did you wish that it was a different outcome? Like when you went to film school, did you think that it was going to be different, or did you want to do anything else different?
I don't know. I think to your point about starting a project, being creative is hard to commit to because you're always like, oh, I got to do this. Oh, I got to do that. Oh, I want to do that. Oh, I have this idea, and so. I still have that creative drive. I just don't know what skills I have to execute, and I don't know. I mean, I could ask ChatGPT to
line it up for me, man.
But even then, like I don't agree with AI. But besides that, like I don't know.
No, I mean, I think during work I asked you an amazing question.
Great question.
Sorry. I asked you an amazing question about, like, you know, if you were on a film set, what role would you want to do? And, you know, we have no idea. We have great people at work that have, you know, worked on set as well. And we kind of talked about it. And then, you know, I asked you. And, you know, that's what kind of took me to the side was like, oh, shit, like, you know, you haven't been on set before. And what would you do? And that's why I kind of broke it down. And, you know, you did say that you would either want to be a producer like Sean is for this podcast and or a first AD, which was, you know, kind of really hands-on in every department. Do you still attest to that? Do you think that, like, being a first AD or a producer, do you want to be hands-on on the set, running things, being a lead, basically?
Exactly. Yeah. And that's why I think when you broke it down that way, I was like, oh, yeah, because I'm really enjoying my experience right now. And if I were to do that in a full-time capacity, I would really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Hema took a production class.
Oh, that's right. That's exactly one of the things that me and Hema like collected with was just like, oh, you do makeup for sets, and I shoot on set. Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, but she had a production like a how to produce class at a state.
Yeah,
and she really liked that. so she really liked what Sean's doing. But she's also so
yeah. Man. It's a crazy kind of concept to think that like, well, the context for me is that, you know, I don't want to get too personal and deep because I know this is a fucking comedy podcast, but I've been
you were interviewing me for an hour, dude.
No, I've been very clear. Like, even though this is a comedy podcast and I can get kind of out of pocket, and you know I can, I do like to talk about real stuff, and I like to talk about mental health, and it's real because I know that the person on the other side, you know, does value that, you know, vulnerableness, and, you know, I'm very, you know, aware of what's going on with my life. So, you know, I hope that when you're listening to this podcast, you can kind of take a, you know, chunk of that. But I will say this. My dad was a tattoo artist. You know, I had tattoos when I was a sophomore playing football, and it was really a big, you know, experience for me. But, you know, when I was... Oh, this one right here. He has this. Big one? Yeah, the right sleeve he has on his left leg. So it's a matching tattoo with my father, and my dad's a tattoo artist, and he's been
gay, dude.
It's kind of gay. Yeah, a little bit, yeah. But it is important to kind of like talk about him being an artist too, because that runs in my family, runs in my, you know, veins. So the biggest part of what you said, I want to go back to it, was, you know, when I was growing up, my dad stopped being a tattoo artist. He started working at the airport. And, you know, he said, and this kind of like, these are little things that kind of stick around with you when you grow up. And he said, I stopped being a tattoo artist because when you were born. So he stopped his dream when I was born. And that really fucked me up. Because then I was like the reason why he couldn't like get to the next level or, you know, X, Y, and Z. So, even having a family right now, I don't let that hinder me in trying to achieve my dream, or, you know, I mean, like, you're like, oh, you have a family and this and that, but, you know, it takes a lot of dedication. It takes a lot of effort and, you know, time where you're not spending time or losing sleep. But this is important to me. So, like, this podcast, my YouTube, you know, my conjoining YouTube with my family, social media, you know, just making sure everyone's good on their ends, like, that's important to me. But, like, that is kind of one of the things that, like, really, like, struck out to me growing up, was, like, if you wanted that badly, you won't make an excuse for it, you know? So my dad was a tattoo artist. He was a very successful tattoo artist in Daly City in San Francisco. And when I was born, you know, he stopped that dream. And, you know, I would never put that on my daughter, you know, just be like, yo, like, I was somewhere and then I had a family and everything. I just don't want to do that. I don't want to look back and fucking hate myself. So it's like, so I got to keep going. I don't have a quitting option, you know. I do have to keep going. And you know, maybe I've never really voiced that out, but, you know, it is it's real. So it's real.
Yeah. No, it's tough, dude. I get it. I really get it.
Yeah, it's
a different time.
Yeah,
a different time, and different generation.
Yeah,
you know, different thinking.
Yeah.
It's tough, but we're in a time where you can do anything from your bedroom. So if you want to be a creative, we're in your garage. True. We can be a creative.
That's true. Yeah. Do you feel like there's a lot more shortcuts nowadays?
ChatGPT?
Well, that too, right? I mean, before this podcast, I was like, what should we talk about? Because none of it, I mean, is your podcast scripted? Or you guys just go off the dome, right? No. So, like, we're off the dome too. And a lot of people have asked that, like, do you guys have a script? Do you guys have a schedule? No. like, no, I'm just thinking about things. But nowadays, I feel like being a creative or doing this, like, and even podcasting, we're late to the game. And I acknowledge that and we're aware. But do you feel like there are shortcuts to get followers, to get engagement, to get, you know, setting up a topic list and all that? There is, right?
I think so. But even if you take those shortcuts, it's not going to be like an organic following. I mean, you just said you got a couple bots show up to your family account. So if you buy bots, maybe you can... Actually, this was a scam. This is fraud. There was this media company who, up here in the Bay, basically lied to their investors with views and said that they had X amount of subscribers and X amount of views and got X amount of investment and capital into their company. And then when they did like the bare minimum research, they found out that they were just complete bullshit. I forget what the company's name was, but what a lot of people do is...
fucking investor from Fire Festival, fucking that dude. that fucking guy.
It was basically... what a lot of people do now is you buy ad space with your YouTube video, and you buy ad space on like BuzzFeed or some shit, and you basically play the video at the very bottom of the page. You ever like clicked on an article and then it starts playing a video, and you're like, where the fuck is this audio coming from?
Yeah.
It's at the bottom of the page, and it's a YouTube video. And so that's what they would do. They would buy ad space for a bunch of these like blog websites, play their videos, and so their videos would have hundreds of thousands of views, and their channel would have like 200 subscribers.
Yeah, it's tough, dude. I want it to be organic. I want to get to a place where like I'm proud of like, dude, I fucking built brick by brick, fucking what I have. But it's a full-time job, and I don't think people understand this. They don't see the other side of what podcasting looks like. They don't see the analytics part, or they don't see the day to day, and there's a lot of pressure because we're all relying on each other, and I'm pretty sure you kind of feel that same way too, but. I was gonna ask Ryan as well. I know that you're not on social media a lot, but what is your take on social media at the moment? Like, do you care for it? Do you think it's important to this like generation, or do you fucking hate it with a passion?
I like social media. I think it's very important for this generation. I think for me, it's an easier way for me to kind of keep up with things. Whether it's, current events or whatever pop culture is going on at the moment. Same time, I think it's very dangerous.
Absolutely.
My IG algorithm, I know, just listens onto everything I do. So it's sending me all sorts of stuff that I don't even, want to look at. But it just sends me all these reels of all sorts of different things.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't know what the fuck that was, but I will say this, man. I will say that social media... like you said, it's detrimental, but it's toxic as fuck.
You equating social media and cigarettes?
Yeah, because I like it and I look cool, but then at the end of the day, it's killing me slowly. Yeah, it's killing me absolutely slowly.
And I'm the smartest man here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I also met a dude. I mean, my friends are not fucking smart. I had a dude that told me. Fuck you, man. I had a dude that told me, he was like, I don't know why you smoke cigarettes, man. You're still gonna get lung cancer. And I was like. But you smoke. And he's like, nah, but weed is not the same. And I was like, it's the same thing. You're still smoking. I'm smoking nicotine and you're smoking weed. He's like, yeah, but I won't get lung cancer. My lungs are good. And I was like, you're a fucking idiot. Do you believe that? Or... Oh, wow. Okay, yeah.
Cigarettes have like chemicals and tobacco and shit.
Absolutely.
Tobacco's really bad.
Yeah, but it tastes so good when it leaves my lips, dude. It's so good.
When you're buzzed?
Yeah, when I'm buzzed.
Drunk cigarette?
Buzzed, and I'm just like going through something. I mean, dude, after a fucking 8-hour shift at where we work and I fucking smoke a cigarette, I'm fucking solid, dude.
Dude, these winter nights at work, take a break outside where all the smokers hang out. I'm like, damn, this is a cool spot.
Fuck.
This is a cool spot.
You never hung out with them on that side? You've hung out with them on that side. Yeah. It is cool. I'm the kind of guy to fucking bring back smoking inside. I'm the kind of dude that do that.
I don't know about that, dude. Just consider it.
That's true. Yeah. Maybe smoking area like
maybe smoking areas.
Yeah, smoking areas like more
inside.
Yeah, more DSAs, designated smoking areas. Yeah.
This is how fucked the is. The market leader for the East Bay had this interview question.
Does anyone want the last beer?
I'll take the last beer.
Nice. Cool.
He had an interview question where he was like, you're in a fancy restaurant with your significant other or friends or whatever, and a couple booths down, this dude lights up a cigarette. Yeah. Indoors.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Ask for one and smoke with him. What the fuck? Wait, I mean, what's...
Well, it's a no-smoking restaurant.
Oh, it's a no-smoking restaurant, but he's smoking.
But he's smoking.
Okay, so I'm going to ask him nicely for a cigarette, and we're going to smoke. What the fuck? I mean, I don't know, like... That's a bigger meaning, right? It's a bigger meaning. It's a bigger meaning. But, like, it's the wrong thing with the right person.
So what do you do? That's the interview question.
You're asking me.
And this was the interview question before they revamped it to what we have now.
Yeah.
So that's why people fucking hated this guy, because his last question was always that question.
Okay, two things. Sean, can you get another beer over at the other side? First one, I'm sticking to my guns. I'm going to ask for a beer. Look, bro, there's so many times where I have been in fucking cool places where it's right next to the brown box. The brown box, right? There it is, yeah. There's so many times in my career where they're cool enough and we're not supposed to do it, but then if I'm cool enough with them and we do something bad together, I kind of got the job ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always said this, like, people who know me, and probably listen to the podcast, I didn't know shit getting out of college. I faked it till I make it. I still do that at work. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I'm still doing it. And I think I'm a good liar. No, I mean, I'm a good actor.
Good actor?
I'm a good actor.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm a good liar. Maybe. Anyways.
If I squint, you kind of look like The Rock.
That's fucking racist, dude. And I'm okay with that. That was actually fucking racist as fuck, dude. Dude, I actually was bringing up to Sean, dude. I was talking to my cousin that's down in downtown LA, and do you have any parasocial fucking situations with people that you know that like are on the internet?
Like, do I have a dedicated fan base?
Yeah, because like I was talking to my cousin.
Do I watch like a content creator?
Yeah, and you believe like you know them?
I don't know if I know them. Yeah. I think that's weird because I can touch grass. But
what the fuck is you with the touching grass thing, dude? Being outside, no screens. I get it.
It's not, the internet's not real. It's not a real place.
To me, it is.
You could say what you want, and then there's no repercussions, dude.
Yeah, I mean, my fucking words on Tumblr are gonna be on a fucking server that'll outlast like fucking.
Who cares?
Yeah,
who cares? It's not real.
Yeah, that's true, bro.
But I do have a set of content creators that I follow, and I have been following for almost 6-7 years now. Yeah, I have a
parasocial fucking relationship with like Bobby Lee. Like, he lives on the Hollywood Hills, and I was just like, I saw the Hollywood Hills burning, and I was like, oh my god, I wonder if Bobby Lee left. And then I was like telling that to Van, and Van was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I was like, no, he's my friend, because I listen to his podcast every day.
It doesn't mean he's your friend, dude.
Dude, but he is, though. He can hear me.
He doesn't know who you are. He doesn't know who you are.
I know.
You don't exist.
That's fucked up, huh? Like, if I ever met him. And also, like, would you ever want to meet the people that you, like, look up to? Like, would that fuck you up?
It wouldn't fuck me up.
Yeah.
It'd be cool. I'd say, like...
Look, what if he's a dickhead?
I had a positive interaction with them on Twitter once. That's it.
Well, what if the person like you looked up to, like, was a dickhead?
I don't look up to them. I go to them for my content.
Yeah.
And it's a longer day when I don't have their content, but that's just because their videos are like an hour long.
That's true.
Yeah. Sure.
Would you ever, Ryan? Would you ever want to meet your heroes or the people that you look up to?
The guy from Bleach. You want to meet the guy from Bleach?
Yeah. Not the guy from Bleach.
Chico?
I have actually met Twitch streamers in real life because there's a con for it called TwitchCon. So I have been to there multiple times. So I have actually met people I actually have interacted with on the internet.
I love that.
So because they're streamers, they're kind of more personable, right? There's no difference talking to probably you guys as podcasters, except it's a different type of platform. Whether I guess it's more broader because they're playing games or walking around doing whatever they're doing. But
what if they're an asshole? Like, what if they're like an asshole to you?
So that's part of the reason why it took me a while to actually hang out with them because they do things called meetups. Yeah. So like if I'm like a streamer from like Florida or something, I may go visit New York, and I know I have a fan base or I have people I stream and they watch me from New York. I may go and post on my social media saying, "Hey, I'm going to be in New York on this time of this week. Yeah. You guys want to meet up for coffee or whatever?"
Tumblr meetups, bro.
Exactly.
I was there. Hey, fuck yeah, Asian cuties. I don't know if you know about the Tumblr. Sean knows. Sean's giggling over there. Yeah, but no, it is such an important thing because you're never supposed to meet your heroes because they will if they give you the wrong impression or they fuck you off. You're.
I mean, have you seen the movie Up? That's a good example of it.
What do you mean?
So at the very end of the movie, right? Carl, meets his hero, but in the end, it's like his worst enemy. He has, he wants to save the bird, but the guy wants to capture the bird, and he's in this, he's in this constant struggle between do I listen to the kid or do I listen to my role model since I was a little kid, right?
That's true,
and that's the part that I struggle with that movie because it's like, man, Ellie dying in the beginning sucks, but then you see like your hero, this person you've like looked up to this entire time, becomes your worst enemy.
Yeah, I will give you $5 or $10 to watch that beginning clip of Up and not cry
all the time.
I will give
right now.
I'll give you $20.
Give me my $20.
I will cry every fucking time.
Right now.
And what is that? That's not a. What is that called? That's not a montage. That's a. It's like a. What is that? It's like you see her whole. I don't fuck you, man. All right. Well, like in the beginning of that movie, and that's a great. Thank you for bringing that up. But in that movie, that's not a montage because montage is faster. It's sporadic. But we saw the whole thing. We felt.
I think it is a montage.
Is that what's
montage? I think is French for editing.
A montage just in general?
I think
the word
montage is just French for editing.
Hey, Sean, can you look that up? Can you look up the beginning of that scene? And what is that? Because there's other movies.
I think it is a montage.
That's a montage? I think it's just too slow to be a montage.
So?
Really? Okay. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
How about a sequence?
Sequence?
Yeah,
that's fair. No.
Opening sequence?
No,
Opening
but yeah,
scene?
I'll give anyone a fucking $100 to fucking...
Right now.
$100, watch that.
Right now.
Do not cry watching
the
beginning of Up.
Right now.
Yeah. You will not cry?
I will not cry.
Dude, what? Wow, that's surprising. Hey, what's up? What's up, Sean? No, say it, dude. Say what you want to say. Say what you need.
You guys are heartless.
Heartless.
Wow, the fucking room has divided, bro. The room has divided. Nice. So, you're probably never going to fucking listen to that part ever in your life.
Yeah.
But maybe if you subscribe to our Patreon. Okay, yeah. Subscribe to the OnlyFans. No. No, I've never heard that part of your guys' life. And thank you for sharing that. And, it's important because, we are part of our... Dude, we spend a lot of fucking hours together. So I do want to hear about it. And I know that we have to censor ourselves. And, it is our reality. Because you just don't want to get in trouble. So
don't want to get in trouble.
But this podcast did fucking go a little bit over because I know that people's attention span can't fucking do more than an hour and 30 minutes. So I will say that it was a pleasure having Ryan on the podcast. I know you don't want to be on screen, but I do want you to be coming more often, and I do appreciate our friendship as well.
Where do you live, Ryan?
Where do I live? Like
Jesus
in San Francisco,
Christ,
where do I live?
dude. Jesus Christ.
I'm in the inner Richmond.
That's a commute, dude.
It is a commute.
Wait, it's from here?
Yeah.
I just want to hang out. I'll go to you next time. I don't know. I just,
we can do a back and forth thing. It's all good.
Long distance relationship.
Yeah, absolutely.
Across the bridge.
And, we do have Jose coming over here, too, as well for the podcast. And I hope that you come back. I will make a commitment to watch your podcasts. I feel like a fake friend for not doing that. You did call me out on a lot of things, but I do appreciate that because you know what? Sean knows this, but I am the devil's advocate of our group. You have to have someone to kind of fucking call you out on your shit. And that's what makes you a good friend. Even if it's uncomfortable, even if it means burn some bridges, you do need someone to be like, yo, I hold you accountable because I care about you. And
I just like pushing buttons, dude.
All right. Well, I like my fucking sentence better than your fucking sentence, but whatever. But I do appreciate it. And if you can plug your podcast.
Really subscribe to After School Cinema Club on YouTube. Leave a comment, like the video. All podcast networks as well. After School Cinema Club.
Even Apple Music, bro?
Yeah, Apple Podcasts.
Well, we use
Acast. I don't know if we all use Acast.
No. What is that?
It's a subscription-based distributor.
Oh.
You basically just upload your audio file
one time,
and it uploads it everywhere. Whoa. Amazon, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, literally everywhere.
Oh, how about video part?
Video that's on YouTube.
No,
it doesn't
just YouTube.
I upload on YouTube. Okay. Yeah, I don't do any of the other ones.
Oh wow.
But I don't know if there's a distributor for that either.
Yeah, I get too overwhelmed with social media. It's too much.
Yeah, no, Acast. I think it is subscription based though.
Who does run the social media for you guys? If you don't mind me asking.
Fucking nobody, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Let the comments flow.
I upload the YouTube video and that's it.
You don't.
I just haven't had the time to trim down clips and upload them to TikTok and shit. Just because.
Yeah, TikTok is going away soon too, so I don't really know what the fuck what's going on.
No, the deadline's passed. It's
January 19th, bro.
Oh,
January 19th is the last day, bro. Yeah. Word. So I don't know.
Good riddance.
I don't know. Really?
Yeah, dude. Short form content, I fucking hate it.
That's so true. I don't really care about the short form content. I think about the dimension, the ratio, the aspect ratio that they have. Ever since we started going to vertical video, I just fucking hate that shit.
Yeah.
I don't care about I don't care about that, but. Yeah. I just hate the vertical part of it.
You did tell me to scoot in a little closer so I could be.
Yeah. Did I? Am I fucking? Yeah. Well, thank you guys again for coming over. I know we're gonna spend some time with the family, and I know that Sean needs to get some photos for the fucking social media. We need to post that as well. But we do have a thing that we do on the podcast. Do you have an outro for your podcast or
not really?
You guys just cut it?
Just say no. I mean, we say subscribe to the YouTube channel, comment, subscribe. That's all. that jazz.
Well, we do this like little corny thing that we used to do for the FWABOOM podcast. We'll all cheers and say FWABOOM, and we'll just go from there. No, it's not that corny. It's really cool, actually. Yeah. All right. 3, 2, 1. FWABOOM. There you go, dude. And we'll cut it there. No, it's something that we've been doing since the beginning, bro. It's cool. Yo, it's gonna stick, dude. It's gonna look cool.
I mean, sure.